Hello and welcome to Fake or Fable, where we try to tell magic fakes from real-world fables. I'm your host, Cam, and joining me we have Trent.
Hello.
And Rod.
Hello.
I just want to take this time to thank you all for coming and allowing me to do this. So the rules for this game are fairly simple. So each round I will open one pack of Wilds of Eldraine Collector Booster. From that pack, I will set aside one random card, and each of us will comment on the various cards in the pack until we reach the end. Then I will reveal the random card that I set aside, and each player, including myself, will place one of these cards in front of them. Face down, and saying if the selected card is based on an existing fable, or whether or not it is unique to wizards, as in it's just been designed by them, in which case it'd be a fake. So we'll then go around the table offering our reasoning for why we picked it to be a fake or a fable. And if fake gets the most votes, then anyone who voted for the fake gets a point. And the same with fable. After all, if it's not a fable if everyone doesn't know what it is. Now, since Wilds of Eldraine has a good, strong theming around food, in lieu of counters, I have decided that points will be distributed as delicious fairy bread. But fear not for those of you playing at home, because you'll get to see the actual tallies on the screen. In the event that there is a tie, then I've also created a few tiebreaker questions that are Fable-themed. Now, before we begin, I'd like to thank those of you for playing, for enduring the month or so that we had of spoiler season, as each of our players have been absolutely forbidden from viewing any of the new cards so that we can ensure that we have a fair and balanced game. For those of you watching the stream, feel free to post your guesses in the chat, and we will begin with the very first pack.
Look at us, already packing in the content here. The value content.
And hopefully I don't cut any of the cards.
I was going to say, you're definitely going to cut it. Those packs.
Alright. So.
The other thing I didn't check is, do the alternative arts come in English or Japanese?
English.
English. Okay.
Unless you buy the Japanese packs, in which case the Japanese packs have Japanese.
Fair enough.
So what I'll be doing is I'll be removing one of the cards face down, and it will sit here. Alright, so are we ready for the actual part of the game?
Yep.
Alright, so tell me whether or not this card is based on a fable, or whether or not it's been made up by wizards. So the card itself is called the Skewer Slinger. They're a dwarf knight.
Mm-hmm.
And they cost 1 and a red, with 1/3 power toughness. They have reach. Whenever Skewer Slinger blocks or becomes blocked by a creature, Skewer Slinger deals 1 damage to that creature. And the flavor text reads, one way or another, dwarven meals end up in someone's stomach. So,
What?
one way or another, dwarven meals end up in someone's stomach. So the whole idea is that because they're a skewer slinger, they're slinging skewers of meat.
Oh, okay. That's probably the bit that I was missing.
This is the part where the DM goes, you failed your intimidation check.
Alright, so tell me whether or not you think this is based on a fable, or whether or not it's a fake.
So, just give me a bit of a description of the art piece. So it's
a small, young dwarf that has some meat skewers in between sort of each of the knuckles, and they're screaming. They've also got another meat skewer that they appear to be wielding like a dagger. It appears to be some kind of food fight that is going on in the background.
Oh. Yep.
So.
Alright.
Everyone...
I've locked in my answer.
Yep. You've locked in your answer? Very well. We'll start with Trent. So, Trent, tell me whether or not you think it's a fake or a fable.
I think it's a fake. Like,
Ooh.
there's every possibility that there is some sort of night dwarf, but I feel like it's just going to be such an edge character that it's not really any sort of story significance. Like, yeah, it's
The one character that pops up for like a single sentence and is never heard of or mentioned ever again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, Rod?
I also went with fake, because your description of him sounds more like a goblin than a dwarf. Because like the improvised weaponry is more of a goblin thing.
Yes,
and also,
but counterpoint, dwarves are well known for food.
Yeah, but they wouldn't waste good food on a fight.
I don't know.
Especially good meat, yeah.
Good meat.
Well, good meat, yes, but I was going to say, don't you know about, what is it, dwarven bread? Dwarven battle bread.
I do not.
Yeah, no, this is a new story.
No, it's Terry Pratchett.
Oh, I probably haven't read
that.
Okay.
In Terry Pratchett's books, the dwarves' bread is considered to be thoroughly inedible, even though they eat it, and so it's frequently used as a weapon on the battlefield.
Oh.
Okay.
It also just sounds like a knockoff version of the Seven Dwarfs.
We already had the Seven Dwarfs, so yeah, that would... Well, it's come back to me, and so this time I'm also going to say it's a fake, because I can't think of any fables that involve maiming by food. So for that one, we have both Trent and Rod get a point.
Yep. So for all the non-Australian viewers, we should probably explain to what very bread actually is.
No, they can look it up on YouTube. Sorry, on Wikipedia.
On YouTube. No, stay on YouTube.
Yes, stay on YouTube. Do not attempt to adjust the television screen.
Wow, I haven't had this in decades.
Isn't that the point?
That's probably for a good thing. It's comprised of what? Sugar and nothing else?
Sugar and butter.
Carb loading.
Sugar and fat is what the body craves.
I thought the body craves food, but yeah.
It's got what the body craves is power.
Power thirst.
Brondo.
Oh.
It's got what the body needs.
Electrolytes. Oh man, I should rewatch
yes.
I should rewatch that movie. It's gotten better with age.
Or has it just gotten more real?
Both.
It wasn't supposed to be a documentary.
I know. So is. Alright.
My pack?
Okay. Are you the Keymaster?
And then for my fake or fable card. Wow.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Wow, that is a stunning card. Okay, let's just line that up there.
Restless Spire. Oh, it's a land.
It's a land.
Oh.
Full art land. I imagine there's probably legendary rare lands.
Well, I mean, we got Baba Yagas.
Yeah. So if there's a full art Baba Yagas floating around, might be wild. Relentless Spire.
Any indication as to what it does, or?
Enters battlefield tapped, which is fairly common for dual lands nowadays.
Yeah.
1 blue, 1 red until end of turn. Relentless Spire becomes a 2/1 blue and red elemental creature with, as long as it is your turn, this creature has first strike, it's still a land, and whenever it attacks, it scries 1. So very flavorful that it's like blue is very scrying, and the red elemental, like elemental lands, like I feel like that's a very red mechanic of making lands creatures. But yeah, it's just got this beautiful dragon and looks like a koi fish.
Oh? Koi fish. Alright. I do believe it's voting time. So please put down your card whether or not you think it's a fake or a fable. I've submitted mine. Alright, so we'll start with Rod. So tell me, do you think it is a fake or a fable?
Oh wait, wrong one. Everyone knows the very real story of the 2/1 elemental that could.
Yes, it's a common story.
No, this is.
Ever since Zendikar, I think of those two,
I
those
de-
lands that wish they were people.
I definitely feel it's a plain exclusive thing, not a greater unconscious fairy tale story.
I have to, unfortunately, agree. I also think that it's a fake. As much as I am tempted to think that it's Fable because it's got a koi, or it's got a dragon thing, or something, I can't think of any stories where you have both a koi and a dragon, or you have something forming out of lava and something forming out of water and fighting, or anything like that. So, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm also fake. I genuinely can't think of any sort of stories that very focus around sort of a land formation, but like Rapunzel's tower or something like that. Yeah, it's not. There's not anything that sort of springs to mind immediately for this like very primal looking land.
All right, and with that, I believe that both of you have now got 2 points. You may take your
Ill-gotten gains.
your fairy bread. I wouldn't say it's ill-gotten.
But like that being said, it does reminisce me of like the koi who swam up the river to become a dragon.
Oh,
There's a couple of but problem is that that's usually just
But like it's not really depicted in the art. But I can see where they're going with the feel of the Heartstar. Guy, thank you very much.
let's get this reveal.
Let's see. Fake or Fable?
Cool. Questing druid.
Oh wait, that looks like a what is it? Nantuko druid?
He does. Oh my god, he does actually. Except a human Nantuko druid. So he's got 1 and a green for a human druid. Whenever you cast a spell that's white, blue, black, or red, put a +1/+1 on it. Where have I seen that before? I know it's a card.
Whenever you cast a blue, black, white, or red.
Anything that's not green.
Classic.
No, it was a creature.
Sorry, I snorted.
Yep.
It's everything but green.
Yeah. Then he's got an adventure which is 1 in red. Instant. Exile the top 2 cards of your library. Until your next end step, you may play them.
Yeah. That's
Impulse.
becoming the standard red thing
Impulse.
now.
Yeah.
But I love the art of him looking very one with nature. Yep.
Down. Scooch.
Yep. Down.
+1/+1 on question.
Like it's a very old card that didn't see much play, but it was a thing.
What was
the +1/+1 on the non-green spell? I remember playing it. Oh my god, I can name cards. Anyway.
All right. So I guess now it's time for whether or not it's a fake or a fable.
Yep.
All right. This time we will start with me.
Sure. As you pointed someone else.
That was just a generic sort of... Alright, so this one I'm going to say is a fake. I know that druids, or shamans of nature and various other things appear in various media and various fables and things like that, like the old man in the forest. But I think I can't justify thinking that it's a fable. It's clearly just someone who's living in the forest.
I'm actually going to disagree. I think Fable.
Oh?
I think the one with nature really going through something and becoming much more powerful due to a nature connection, I think is just such a classic element of stories. I'm thinking something even like Merowyn, like the early incarnations of Merlin. Because Merlin originally was more shamanic than a magician. So
well, he was a fae, so that's.
No, he was born of a fae and man.
Yeah.
So I think it could be a less sort of out there version of Merlin.
I'm also going to say Fable.
Oh, I'm outvoted. Oh,
Okay,
Wow.
but I have a very specific...
disagreeing with the host. Oh,
It's our
you
duty.
got balls, man.
But but there's a very famous TikTok story of a king who started building a giant castle and got a woodchuck to do it for him because he was trying to build his own castle, and he basically cut down the entire forest to build his giant, very unstable tower. And there's a very general zeitgeist of the king falling from his crown and becoming one with nature, and regaining his glory as becoming a more conscious what's the term? Consciable leader? Conscientious leader by giving up everything he's being handed and earned his title.
So
Yeah, there's a lot of
like a variant of the Fisher King.
I think it's a lot of positivity towards, like, we've got such a sort of... We had this swing towards industrialization that it's like, oh, the industrialists are the good guys. And now it's sort of the reverse, is sort of like the people who are sort of becoming more in line with nature is sort of then the counterpoint that it's like, nature is good, industry is bad.
Industry pays more.
But what is pay?
Is apparently what we need to live and survive. Anyway, so
Unrelated matter. Hey, wizards, I'm free to be an ambassador.
you have to subscribe to that.
Hit that smash bell.
Yeah, hit that like button.
Smash the bell.
Smash the bell. Hit the like and subscribe.
Smack a dog. I don't know.
Don't smack a dog.
No. Violence against animals is not okay.
Smack a sausage.
Yep.
Alright. Well, despite the fact that both of you disagreed with the host...
Hey, we've established beforehand that it's not the correct answer, but the popular answer.
Yeah. Populist. How could you?
For one time in my life, I'm going to be popular, and I'm going to stick to it.
Exactly. I'm going to make sure everyone thinks I'm popular, whether they like it or not. But yes, despite disagreeing with the host, you're both on even points, which I don't like. I think it's time that we started reaching out and, stirring some pots and making sure that maybe people are not as
agreeable.
Jovial. Jovial's fine. I just think that you guys need to stop agreeing.
Okay.
So I believe it's time to see whether or not our card is going to be a fake or fable. And this time we have the Horned Lock Whale. Okay. It's a Horned Lock Whale. It's a whale. It costs 4 and 2 blue. It has Flash, Ward 2, and Horned Lock Whale enters the battlefield tapped unless it's your turn.
Huh.
It's a 6/6 for 6. Lagoon Breach for 1 and a blue is its adventure. The owner of target attacking creature you don't control puts it on the top or bottom of their library.
Ooh.
Okay, that's interesting.
And, of course, the art style is, of course, in the adventure storybook art. But that is our Horned Lock Whale. It is Flash Ward 2 and enters the battlefield tapped unless it's your turn. So, tell me, do you think this is a fake or a fable? Put down your vote.
Yep.
And starting with Trent.
I'm going to go with fake. I feel like whales, to the best of my knowledge, are in a bunch of different fables, but it sounds more like a narwhal, and I'm like, don't remember narwhals ever actually being in any stories.
Well, if you want, you can. Do you want me to pass you the card so you can get a better look at the art?
Yeah, that's definitely a narwhal.
Narwhals.
Trying to eat a griffin, which I think is just, aiming high. Aim for the sun.
Well, I think that's the point. The whale aims for the sun and gets the griffin.
Yep.
Alright.
Well, to me, it just sounded like something Cuckoo Lane thought to earn his title as a hero.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say it's a fable because I think they were aiming for a smaller version of Monstro,
Oh yeah,
the whale from Pinocchio.
I was
okay.
trying to avoid that reference, but sure.
Well, I mean, the whole thing is you've got, yes, it's in a lock which is smaller, but it to me it sort of seems like that's what they were going for. They were going for the evolution of Monstro, and there aren't many whales in many fables that I can think of off the top of my head. Most of them tend to involve forests, or if it's got rivers, then it's got kelpies and things like that.
I think I missed the clear problem here that it's a monster that's lockbound. Clearly, it's a reference to Nessie.
Oh yeah, but is Nessie a whale?
Nessie is frequently depicted as a plesiosaur.
Oh yeah, it's got a long neck.
I mean, that isn't to say it's wrong. I mean, on Eldraine, this is 100% could be Nessie.
Maybe Nessie's a dragon.
Maybe Nessie actually is a whale with horns. But with that, I believe we have some disparity between the scores.
Yep.
Just like you asked, not rigged.
Yeah, totally not rigged, I swear. By that, I mean it actually isn't rigged. But with that, Rod,
Oh yes.
you get a point. Congrats.
Yes, the
And
I'm
you
not
may
a crook
and you may
statement.
take your delicious point.
Alright. Always butter side down.
Always eat it butter side down.
Now you get perpetual motion. Okay. Our fake or fable card is Leyline of Lightning.
Oh, I almost lost my mic.
Draw again?
Yeah. Well, we have to sort of go through it. The problem with Leyline of Lightning is that we're pretty clear that it's not. But, as some of the other enchantments have shown us, that they can have storybook origins. So, I think it'll probably be unanimous, but I can hope and dream because that's the kind of person I am. So has everyone picked theirs?
Yep.
Alright, we'll go around the table, starting with Trent to throw things off.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Fable. I know that I'm probably going to be the odd one out. But ley lines are such a prolific part of magical stories that elemental ley lines there's going to have to be at some point a magical ley line that throws lightning. Either by it being a ley line of lightning, or someone disrupting the ley line and causing horrible elemental storms. Yeah.
I just think it looks like a set piece from like a Disney movie. Because there's always a mountain,
Fire.
like a lightning striking something and just being...
There's always fire in the climax.
There's always climax, there's always a lightning bolts splitting the tree and the character going, can't go there.
I'm also going to say that it's fake just because I've seen the card. I can't think of anything that it could be referencing. I agree that ley lines do play a part in fables and everything, but I think that's more tenuous connection than anything else, because you've got a mountain that seems to be being split open by a lightning bolt. And if I was a bit more confident, I could say that it was a fable and say it was monkey.
The Saruman.
But I don't. Yeah, there's not enough there. Sorry.
Yeah.
And with that, I believe Rod steams ahead because we have two fakes.
Alright. Tapping into the greater unconscious. So now for our
Show us the card.
fake or fable, we have Intruder Alarm.
Wow.
Leyline of Lightning.
Okay, but this one, I think we're gonna base it off the art of
Oh yeah, we're basing it off the art. We know what the card does.
like a dude looking at a I think it's the Council of Fae.
Oh, the Seelie and Unseelie courts.
Yes.
Oh wow, yeah, that's okay. I'm just gonna need that in frame. Yeah. So there's this center character here with the.
I actually can't... Wait, are those spotlights?
They look like pillars of
Ah.
some
I
kind.
think
These two here
Yeah.
are pillars,
Oh, okay.
but there's like writing. It looks like in the background.
Because I thought that would be very funny if they were, Oh, yeah, they're pillars. Oh, okay, yep. So, yeah, this... So you've got, like, little Fae all up and around, and you've got two pillars on either side. Alright. Everyone, get ready to vote. Alright. Starting with... Yeah, sure. We'll start with Rod.
Alright, I'm going to say it's fake. It feels more like a story moment than an actual fable. Because there's always that moment in like movies and stories where they think they snuck in and everyone's just staring around me like, we were expecting you.
the Bond villain turns around and goes, "We've been expecting you, Mr. Bond."
Exactly. Or just the shadowy government just looking at you.
The Council of the Shadowy Figures.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to go the other way, and I'm going to say that this is a fable, because this is clearly the Seelie and Unseelie courts. But, if people want me to be more specific, I could point to the more recent example of Pan's Labyrinth, where, especially because of the art, you've got a very sort of nice look at the character, which you could consider to be Pan, and then you got the Seelie and Unseelie courts. Trent?
Yeah, I'm going with Fable. I think it's too clear a reference to the Unseelie Court and Mab being Queen of Shadows and Ice. Like it feels so predominantly that it's like this is the Fey courts.
You can tell who doesn't know what the Seelie
Seelie court.
It's also known as the court of, what is it, of winter and summer.
Oh, okay. Still
There used to be courts of spring and autumn until they got destroyed by the other two courts.
I like to think of it as corporate restructuring.
And Mab does not suffer fools lightly.
You have been
until she gets hit by cheese. A wheel of cheese.
Med B.
Alright, and with that, Trent now is catching up.
Ooh.
So, and now for a fake or fable card. A bramble familiar. Now, for those of you who can't quite see, the bramble familiar seems to be taking the form of a raccoon. Its adventure is called Fetch Quest.
Okay.
Mill 7 cards, then put a creature enchantment or land card from among the milled cards onto the battlefield. It costs 2, and if it's an elemental raccoon, then you can tap it to add 1 green, pay 1 and a green to tap it to discard a card, and return Bramble Familiar to its owner's hand. So you can cast Fetch Quest, get Bramble Familiar, and then you can get it back from the graveyard into your hand. You can keep cycling it.
Nice.
Great.
Alright.
So, once more, let's see if people think it's a fake or a fable. So, put down your card. And let's go. We'll start with Rod.
Alright. So everyone's heard the famous German folk tale of Das Rubbish Eater, which is clearly as made up as the German name I just came up with.
Well, yes, Germans don't have Eater.
I don't know. I'm not very good with my German.
Das Rubbish Norma.
Das Rubbish Nom.
Das Rubbish Nom.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to have to go with Fable. I think that it's... I know that Nico might not necessarily have strong ties to the Pocahontas story, but I can't picture any other version of Pocahontas that doesn't have that little raccoon with Mother Oak, and I think it's a bit of a reference to both the raccoon familiar of Pocahontas and Mother Oak at the same time.
Well, conversely, I'm saying Fable. I was originally going to go with fake, but the problem is that I can think of too many stories that have some sort of familiar. One made out of brambles? I want to say yes. I mean, you've got the story of Briar Rabbit, where he made the tar baby that had brambles. And then you've got a number of others, which, like you've got in Japan, you've got what's it called?
The Tanuki?
No, you've got Momotaro. And a few others.
The boy from the peach?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because he went to kill ogres and he had the bird, the dog, and the monkey.
Monkey, pheasant, dog.
Yeah. There's a number that have.
I wonder if dog is more of a translation from Tanuki.
No,
because Tanuki is so frequently called raccoon dog.
Well, yes. Yeah, but that's a mistranslation on the English side.
Well, that's what I mean.
That's Tanuki, and in Momotaro it's specifically Inu.
Like he was a Shiba depicted in the art.
Okay.
But yeah, there's enough familiars and fables that I'm like, maybe not necessarily a raccoon, but definitely.
That being said, there's a lot of woodland critters. I know quite a few of them are raccoons, but they often tend to be depicted as the antagonists to the story.
I don't.
Especially for like Mr. Fox stories.
It's because they look like bandits, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
I'm sure it's all about that.
It's 2022, let's stop persecuting the raccoons.
And so our fake or fable card is Gumdrop Prisoner. Very complicated art here.
I love it.
So Gumdrop Poisoner, sorry, not Poisoner. Gumdrop Poisoner.
Makes more sense.
2 generic and a green. Creature Human Warlock. Has adventure, tempt with treats. For 1 black, create a food token.
Mm-hmm.
The creature ability is lifelink. When Gumdrop Poisoner enters the battlefield, up to 1 target creature gets -X/-X until end of turn, where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. So sort of a food payoff card.
Nice.
Okay.
So you just crack all your food at once and then...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would go really well in my tea drinker deck.
Oh yeah, Soul Steeper. Yep. Cool. Alright.
Yep.
Time for... Is it a fake or is it a fable?
I have...
And we'll start...
Oh, the art. No.
I know. No. I've seen the art. It's gorgeous.
It's complicated.
I just love that it's got this beautiful hair tendrils and you just got the... Like, just one arm just been like, tossing out the candy.
Yeah, it sort of reminds me of one of the later printings of Grimm's Fairy Tales, where they just did all the sort of, not the woodblock, but they did proper art.
Yep.
So starting with me, I'm gonna say it's a fake. I can't think of anything that has to do with living lollies and all that kind. No. I mean, there's
not the Gumdrop button.
That.
Do we start getting copyright strike for singing Need a Hero?
If you sing a few bars of it, yes. I'm not paying royalties on that. But yeah, I can't think of anything where you have literal living things of lollies that are antagonists or protagonists. Well, protagonists possibly, but antagonists not really. So I'm calling it a fake.
I'm going with Fable. I think it's absolutely an extension of Hansel and Gretel, of like the
the candy is come for revenge.
Well, no,
Greteling.
It's sort of like they were such in a dire strait and went and found this candy house, and it was like this delicious food became poison because they got trapped by the witch for eating the house. So I'm thinking
you're going more along the lines of the name of the card and what it does, rather than okay.
Yeah, like I'd say, just like Trent said, I feel like this is an early iteration of Hansel and Gretel, because a lot of fairy tales were based off stories on being like, Don't go into the woods, children. You'll get eaten by a wolf. Don't take candy from strangers. They'll poison it. So I feel it does tap into that kind of zeitgeist.
That's psychosis.
Yeah, it's very psychosis. Okay, so we finally got our first special foil.
Ooh. Oh, the
confetti.
Yeah.
The confetti of Karmic Justice.
Oh, okay, Karmic Justice again.
But look, I don't know if the camera will do justice to it.
I don't think it will.
But if everyone else looks at it close, you can see the confetti.
Oh, wow. And it's got the anime art stylings.
Yeah.
It's catching some of it.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe the one with the ring light might catch it.
My mistake. This isn't Pokemon from... This is Pokemon from much later.
Yeah, because Pokemon foiling was pretty dull back in the day.
Well, Pokemon foiling originally was just a giant dots on it. And then they got smaller and smaller. But yeah, this is... Actually, this camera is picking it up. You can sort of see the confetti. I'm not a big fan of it.
I like it. At least they're trying something different.
Oh, yeah, but they're going to keep doing that.
Well, I mean, they're going to do something different if you pay $20 extra a card. Search foil.
Oh.
Oof.
I think what annoyed me the most was March the Machine, where they had really, really beautiful, unique art for each of the Praetors. Only in one of the 500 special ones. So that means that unless you got one of 500 printed only, you're not going to see that special art, which is annoying because the art is beautiful.
That's just because you have a thing for LF9.
Hey, and Jinga taxes. All right, ready?
Yep.
We'll start with Trent.
Okay, I'm going to get raked across the coals for this one, but this is Fable.
Oh!
That art is absolutely depicting the battle between Gawain and the Green Knight.
Oh, I forgot about that.
It is clearly,
very clearly
supposed to be Gawain and the Green Knight. So I am losing a point on this one, but I'm taking the moral high ground that that is absolutely Gawain versus
because that's
Green
the
Knight.
end. That's where he finishes the trip to the Green Knight to have his head.
Yeah, and then the Green Knight joins forces because he realizes that he's willing to sacrifice
rather than try and weasel out of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rod.
Hey.
Is it too late to change my vote now?
No.
Rod.
Yeah, I just don't remember the exact sample, so I'm glad someone knew the moment.
Well, I'm an idiot because I totally didn't see it until it was pointed out to me. And then I'm like, wait, that actually is the Green Knight. That is amazing. And if I could, I would take a point off myself because that is exactly what is depicted. And you're not going to get raked over the coals. The only time you'd probably get raked over the coals is people go, no, that's historical fact and it's not fiction. But no. With that, both of you can take your point and eat it.
Just eat it?
Don't make me repeat it. Alright. So, it looks like we had some, there was a bit of a difference that sparked up there, and now somehow the scores have evened out again. So clearly, the only one who's losing here is the host. Me! Bun on the bun. Alright, so, the card this time for our Fake or Fable is Heartflame Duelist in nice storybook art. Heartflame Slash. Instant Adventurer, Heartflame Slash deals 3 damage to any target. It has instant and sorcery spells you control have lifelink.
Nice.
Alright, cool. You may?
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, the it's time for... Do you think it's a fake or a fable?
I think it's a...
Card that exists in the card game Magic the Gathering. So, starting with Rod.
Cool. I'm going to say that's just an Elden Ring character.
No, Rod, you're wrong. I'm really sorry you're wrong. You'll find that it's actually a fake character that is clearly a nameless reference. That's his signature attack, Unlimited Blade Works.
Alright, well, I'm going to have to disagree with both of you and say it's none of those. It's still just made up. It's a fake. And with that, once again, everyone wins.
But,
Welcome to the game show where everyone wins.
But I mean, fake technically become its own fairy tale.
I mean, yes, no, it's become its own weird thing.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's beautiful. Very, very
Oh, the fairy token.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ooh. Maybe look the accurate fairy.
I suppose you could call them goblins.
Same way you could call a flump for jellyfish. Dawn of Hope.
Ah.
It's some sort of figure standing in the sunrise. Whenever you gain life, you may pay 2. If you do, draw a card. 3 and 1 white. Create a 1/1 white soldier creature token with lifelink.
Is that one of those storybook farewells where they ride off into the sunset and all the friends that they made along the way are... Alright. Alright, so, put your vote cards down. Do you think it's a fake or a fable? Alright, starting with me. I'm going to say it's a fable. I really didn't want to, but the problem is that judging from the look of it, where you've got all the animals around and they're all looking at the figure walking off into the sunset, there are way too many stories and fables out there where that's exactly what happens. So I'm against better judgment. I'm going with a fable.
I've done Fable for the same but opposite reasons. To me, it looks like the sunlight is banishing the dark evil creatures, which is just such a, happens all the time. That it's like, oh, evil creatures can't fight sunlight. I think that's just such a strong story element.
My brain is so fried right now. All I could think of was Romance Dawn from One Piece.
Oh god, Romance Dawn. Okay.
Yep. Right at the beginning.
So you're saying it's a fake?
Yeah, I mean, although to be fair, One Piece has become its own fable of sorts.
It's still too recent. Sorry.
Hey.
Not good enough.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are we doing classic literature?
Yeah. I made that clear. Alright, so this is the last pack. Ooh. Trent currently is ahead with 1 point.
Ooh.
So this will be the decider to see whether or not we need to crack out the tiebreaker question. Whether or not Trent's the winner.
Alright, so for the final question.
No, usually the brother's the one that tries to kill you to become king.
Hello. We've got the Virtue of Courage.
The Virtue of Courage.
So we've got this...
That's a great one to end on.
Yep. So we've got a 5-cost enchantment which says, whenever a source of you control deals non-combat damage to an opponent, you may exile that many cards from the top of your library. You may play those cards this turn. And for 1 and a red, instant you can deal 2 damage to any target.
Okay. So...
I think that's Will.
No.
Or at least a Will-looking person.
It's probably a Will-looking person, because Will is,
very generic red-looking mage.
Oh, you mean Rowan?
Rowan, sorry.
Don't know. I believe her stuff now has brambles all on it. She looks very pointy. Alright, so, for the final point. Is it a fake or a fable? Alright. Since Trent began in our first round, he can finish us off.
Just like the power of friendship, the virtue of courage comes up in too many stories to ignore it.
Yeah. So is this before or after you pay the troll toll?
The troll toll. Alright. Well, it looks like I have been outvoted because I'm saying it's fake because I can't think of anything. Yes, the virtue of X, Y, Z always shows up in Fables, but I don't think that's enough to carry the card itself.
Kenrith clearly has the power of God and anime on their side.
So, with that, we have Trent gains his last point to put him onto 10, and Rod gains a point as well, which puts him on 9.
Oh.
So it appears that we have a winner of the first ever fake or fable, and that is Trent.
Yay.
So I want to say thank you all for joining me as we opened some packs and we had a little fun talking about the cards and what they're based on if they exist. Trent is our overall winner, but I like to think that the actual winners are the people who play the game and those of you at home. He said very cheesily. But also I'd like to thank Trent and Rod for taking time out of their busy schedule to come and spend some time opening packs and just having fun with some magic. So thank you all, and I hope to see everyone again sometime soon.